Update 11 is releasing on Saturday, and there are some really important things you need to know before it drops. In this video, we are revealing exclusive leaks about what's coming in this next update. I'm telling you, you're not gonna want to miss out on these sneak peeks, so stay tuned. So I'm gonna share with you guys. Hey T, aren't you forgetting something? Oh yeah, you're right, huh? If you guys are new, I welcome you, and if you happen to like my content even a little bit, be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment your video ideas down below, and that includes you too, Jaquan. All right, let's get right into the video. So for the first leak, Infinity Castle is going to be resetting like it does every few updates, and that will allow us to get the Love Star. Now let me go ahead and head over to Musan. I can show you guys all of the rewards that you could potentially be getting. Okay, so pretty much as long as you get to room 100, you'll get the Love Star and everything below. Now everybody does rank in the leaderboard, which will give you at least 250 gems, but pretty much if you guys get higher in the leaderboard, the more rewards you get, the more gems, which I would highly suggest you do, just because it's free rewards, and Infinity Castle really isn't that bad, especially if you have decent units. So the next leak is that the Christmas event is going to be gone, so it's going to rotate out, and we should be getting another event sometime. I'm not sure if they'll do an Easter event, but hopefully we'll get something for the spring. Now this pretty much means that the Christmas stars, the frozen stars, and the Christmas portals will be gone. So my recommendation to you is to make sure you guys are farming as many Christmas portals as possible. You want to try to do the tier 7s and tier 8s because they give the most, but if you can't do that, just do any portal that you can do. Make sure you get all of the evolved materials for the units that you want from the Christmas stars, because those will be gone, but I'm sure they will be tradable as well. This is probably going to be a little bit expensive. Dio and Esdeath and all of the other exclusive units are going to be gone, but they will be tradable. So if you don't get lucky with the drops, then potentially you could get one in the future through a trade, but good luck. But that is my recommendation to you. Just make sure you guys are doing as many of those as you possibly can. Now on to the next leak. We have the Devil City portals and Boron. I know you guys were kind of bummed out about the Christmas event going away, but don't worry, we got this. We still have the Devil City portals and the Boros portals, so that's really good. There's a few good units that you can acquire, Angel and Akin contracts, and of course Boros. So just I wouldn't really do these before the update, just because you'll be able to do them after the update. So that is some good news though, because we at least want to be able to get some secrets, you know what I mean? So that's good news. Now we're going to talk about this final leak, which is the coolest one that we've all been waiting for. What is the update going to be? So we got a picture of Meliodas from 7 Deadly Sins. So we're getting a 7 Deadly Sins update. That is so cool. Like 7 Deadly Sins is, I think, well, it's one of my personal favorite animes, but I don't know how you guys feel about 7 Deadly Sins. I personally think it's a good anime. So I want to talk about the units that we may be seeing and their specific abilities that we may be getting in the game. Okay, so the first unit we could be getting, I'm going to go with the less obvious ones. Could be possibly getting Gowther. So Gowther is the living doll created by the demon of that same name. Now with Gowther, I think we could be getting a specific ability because of his invasion power, and it could be similar to Lelouch's ability that pretty much affects their memories, where maybe the units could attack themselves, or they could even walk back to the base, right? Something crazy like that. Now that's just my thoughts on Gowther. The next unit we could be getting is Diane. Diane is the giantess and the serpent sin of envy. Pretty much I think her abilities would just be some sort of, maybe even full AoE. She might be, I think Diane could probably be full AoE with her power to manipulate the earth. But it also could, I think she should have a lot of range. Okay, if Diane is in this update and she has some tiny little range, I'm gonna be upset, because that makes no sense. It makes no sense for a giant to have a small range. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now the next unit we could be getting is Merlin. And obviously she's one of the most mysterious sins out of them all. I think that since she has the ability Absolute Cancel, she'll be able to cancel the effects of maybe different debuffs on certain units. So like, for example, she'll be able to make ice units not take less damage. Maybe the resistance to certain elements won't exist with Merlin per attack, or maybe some ability or something, which would be cool. I'm gonna let you guys guess what her ability may be in the comments down below. Now the next unit we may be getting is Elizabeth. Now I think Elizabeth could probably be a hybrid unit, but I'm not too sure, and maybe she could heal the base as well. That would be pretty cool to see a mythical version of Sakura. I think that would make Angel from Chainsaw a lot more viable and usable. Now the next unit we could be getting is Zeldris, Meliodas' brother. Now I think he could possibly be a ground unit. I think he could do some high burst damage, but I think his SPA should be relatively low. Let's get on to the more obvious units that we're going to be getting. We're definitely going to get Meliodas. Now if we don't get Meliodas, that's a problem. That's a big problem, okay? Meliodas is the captain of the 7 deadly sins, and his SPA should be really low. It just depends on the version of Meliodas that we get. I guess Meliodas with his full counter should be able to reflect some sort of magic ability. So maybe we can, imagine you could reflect the enemies that stun. You could reflect that stun and stun the boss as well. So he could technically be some sort of stun hybrid unit. But I don't know. Meliodas could be really cool and have some cool abilities, and I think that he could be a hybrid in terms of effects. It just depends on the mechanics that we get in the game. If we can get Demon King Meliodas, then I think that he'll be a secret. But let me know what you guys think, and let me know what abilities you might think he may have. The really cool sin that we may be getting is Escanor. Now this dude is gonna have some huge range. He's gonna have the ability to burn 100%. He has to, right? He has to have the ability to burn, and I think he's gonna have a lot of damage as well. And he also may get an increase of power over time, maybe per wave or at the peak of I guess the game. So maybe at the middle of the game or something like that. Which I don't think that makes any sense because there is no middle of the game per se, but maybe when the sun is out he gets empowerment, and maybe there's going to be some changes to the environment like we saw before. Now we could also be getting Bond and King. I think King's going to be, I don't know, he could be a mythical, but no, I think he could be a mythical, but he might be a legendary. It depends if they're going to do him dirty or not. But I think that he should have he should definitely be a flying air unit or hybrid. Definitely. I don't know. King's pretty good. He's pretty strong, but I think he should have a really cool animation as well. Bond's pretty much unstoppable. Can't die. Now I don't know what his ability may be, but let me know what you guys think. Now another unit we could be getting is Ludociel, the fastest Archangel. So I'm expecting, if we get this unit, a really low SPA and probably a hybrid. Let me know your thoughts on any additional demons that may be in this update as well, guys. All right, so we're obviously gonna get new relics, guys, so let's go talk to Gilgamesh really quick and see the ones that we have. So we have all of these here. Now this update should bring a lot of new relics, and these should be the sacred treasures for each of the sins. Now I'm hoping that they don't make these sacred treasures the evolve materials, because that would be kind of lame. It'll be nice to see that each unit gets a supreme buff, or I guess a generous buff when using their sacred treasure. Treasures like Chasuble, Alden, Gideon, or Lost Vein. I like to see them in the game and do something massive in this update. Let me know your thoughts on this aspect or mechanic of the game. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on what units you think are coming and their potential abilities, possibly even new game mechanics, and hopefully a new secret. We would all love that. And that leaves it at that. I wish you all luck on your grinding and your search for that DL. Have a wonderful day. Peace.